What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I am your host here, Mr. Shellhead Tony. It's been a minute since we got together, but tonight I think we're gonna venture out and start to jump into 2025, and we're gonna talk about the top 5 things we'd like to have in our collection. We're hoping to hear about what you want in your collection. Welcome back, because this is Drinks and Toys.
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is your boy, Shellhead Tony. We are here on a beautiful, actually Thursday evening. It's the day after Christmas. Hope everybody had an awesome Christmas, right? We hope you had a great Christmas Eve and a great Christmas Day. You spent time with friends and family, and hopefully you got some cool collectibles in there. And, hopefully everybody got what they wanted. So, very happy to be back. Welcome back. This is Drinks and Toys. Salute. And I'm here with my 2 favorite counterparts. Miss you guys. Haven't seen you for a little over a week. Got Mr. Johnny 5. Johnny, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. How you guys doing?
Doing good. And Mr. Weizie, how are you?
I'm doing good. You know, all that troubleshooting, I'm out of my drink already. So.
All right. And we will get to the plugs later on. We just want to get right down to business with you guys. Again, welcome back to Drinks and Toys. And as you kind of heard in the preview, we were talking about, no set number per se, but we said 5. What are like the top 5 things that you're hoping 2025 brings you to your collection, right? And what's it going to take to make it happen? And, there's some things that I already am having to regroup my thoughts on just because of the cost. But, Johnny can attest to that one. And, but there's some other things that I've been kind of like minimally hunting for. And I'm really hoping I do come across some this year. And they're not even really super duper hard to find. Maybe one of them. But the rest are very, very easy to come across. And it's really just, how bad I want them. They're some of my personal grails. Doesn't mean they're hard to get, but some personal grails to have in my collection just based on my collection already. And so I guess based on that, you guys flip a coin, man. Who wants to go first? I don't think it should be me. I feel like it's always me.
You know what? We'll let Johnny go first. Because, he was under the weather. Our last cast, he hasn't been on. So let's give him some vocal time.
Actually, Johnny, when we did that cast, we went live. For some reason, it wasn't showing certain places. I don't know what it was. We couldn't see all the comments from everywhere.
Yeah, we can only see the comments from, because we actually set a event
YouTube, right?
on YouTube.
Yeah.
To go live there so people would see like in advance that we're going live all through YouTube. So everybody that was watching through that was commenting, but you could only see the comments when we looked at the actual YouTube feed, not through our Riverside feed. So
I do think it was kind of cool though when we were on Facebook
on something else.
Rebel Girl brought up. She goes, "Whoa, wait, no Johnny." So at least I got noticed. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, this is weird. It's usually the 3 of you guys. So what happened to Johnny? But no, man, we were sad not to have you, but we made it do. But Johnny, please go ahead, man.
Yeah. It sucked. Unfortunately, I was feeling a little under the weather, so I wasn't able to join in and do the live cast. But I watched it later on YouTube, and it looked fun. So I definitely missed out on that. It looks like it was a good time. But yeah, 2025, man, I'm excited about some things. First off, Metroplex. I'm hoping I can get this figured out because that is an expensive piece, and I already put down some money on a deposit for it, so
Same.
I'm not trying to lose out on that. So, but yeah, it's looking like 1,500, which is pretty on par with what most people were kind of saying. There's some crazy numbers being thrown out there for a minute. So,
but I mean, is it cool enough that you personally like? Yeah, I'm cool with 15 for my own collection.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like it is. It's definitely stylized. It's not G1.
Because I'd buy it for $1.
But it's definitely impressive. I think it's pretty neat. But even if it doesn't come through, I'm not able to get it for my collection. It's still a pretty cool piece, and I have the Science Culture one that lights up and everything. So
I missed that one. I tried to get in on it, and I just couldn't. I had it pre-ordered, and then they sold out. They didn't have it. So I
Yeah.
think they were getting it third party. So by the time they got it was already gone.
Yeah, but they got some other neat ones coming out next year too. So I'm definitely excited for the what is it? Mechanical something. They're coming out with a Devastator. So I already got all 3 sets pre-ordered, so I'm waiting for that. That's gonna be great. And then dude, Mythic Mythic Legions, that dragon.
That
I'm
thing looks rad.
2025. Yeah.
But that's not coming. That doesn't come out to 2026. I don't think, right?
But the pre-orders are coming up, right? Next year will be the
March.
pre-orders.
Yeah.
The pre-order comes up in March.
Yeah.
Who knows? You never know. I mean, because they already got a lot of stuff going for it, so you never know. They could be ahead of schedule.
But it's gonna be a crowdfund on that versus like a normal pre-order for Four Horsemen. It's gonna be like a HasLab. They're gonna have tiers and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, so we'll get it 2029.
Well, no, 2026. It's not gonna take as long as a HasLab, but
We're still waiting on his tanks.
they're doing it as a has like that same style, but they don't have a price yet for it. They haven't set a price.
But
I
I'm
don't know
just
how to put
feeling it's going to be in that $600 to $700 range. I have a feeling it's going to be.
Yeah, most likely. Most likely.
So,
Because I feel like any more than that, they would outprice themselves. Really, a lot of folks would after that would be like, "That's too much."
I don't know, man. Because I've noticed like Legion collectors are very loyal, and they like what they like, and they support. I don't want them to put it like higher, but I think if they went higher, I think you'd still get a very high number of collectors who were going to do it. It wouldn't surprise me.
Hopefully no. Hopefully it stays in that 6 to 7 range. Because I'm comfortable with that. I'm like, okay, 6 to 7, that's fine. If it gets a little more, that's where I'm kind of like,
See, I only buy the figure obscuras, right? So if it's over like 300, I'm out. They priced me out because I don't collect Legions to be like, oh, look at this for my collection. Like, no.
I feel like though it's neat enough, it's unique enough that it doesn't have to be like you don't have to be a Legions collector per se.
Well, no, you don't have to be a Legions collector, but as a Legions collector to drop the size of coin they might ask for it, you're kind of going to be a Legions collector or a very big dragon collector. Like somebody's going to be like, "Oh, I don't know."
I know he's in on it.
See, like nobody's like
and unique.
But like nobody's gonna like turn on the computer and be like, "Oh, I don't buy Legions. I don't like dragons. I'm gonna spend $700 on this." Like, no, you're gonna either be a Legions collector or a dragon collector, and you're gonna do that.
I see.
Or you're Tony. Tony's gonna have that thing hanging from the ceiling.
I don't know. It looks fucking dope, dude. I mean,
no, it looks amazing. It looks insane.
And the fact that Tammy's on board with it too, and she's like, "Yeah, we'll put it in the living room." I'm like, "What? Okay."
Then you just buy like small dog clothing throughout the year for different holidays. Just decorate it.
Keep changing it out.
Yeah.
I would not put it past her to decorate it throughout the year, like different. You know what? I'm okay with that. I could see her putting like Halloween stuff on it.
Good God.
So I mean, that's the.
I kind of missed out on it. Big Bad Toy Store had an exclusive Mythic Legions figure, and it was like this dragon humanoid type character thing.
Oh, they've had him a few times. He was red for this. He's been released. Yeah. He's been. I think he was blue, the normal release, and then Big Bad had a red version.
Yeah.
What does he get? A bunch of repaints?
Yeah, like the same way like NECA has a tendency to like, oh, Walmart might get an exclusive that's blue, Target gets an exclusive that's red type of thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Big Bad, their colors are black and red.
Yeah.
Whatever they're. So a few months ago, they had a bunch of exclusives from different toy lines. They're all like their brand colors.
Yeah, so I was actually kind of wanting to pick that up because it'd be kind of cool to have him riding on the dragon, like.
So is that what you're looking forward to actually like trying to get next year? So
yeah.
if we come back in a year, we could like be, hey, Johnny, did you keep your word or did you bitch out?
Bless it.
Depends. Yeah, it depends. We'll see. But that's kind of what I'm hoping for.
So I want to circle back to the Metroplex, man. So I'm in the same boat. I pre-ordered that cat. I pre-ordered two of them because somebody said, "Oh, it's going to be 500." I'm like, "All right, cool." I'm like, "I'm down with that." I figured a couple $100 for shipping.
Yeah, no, that was just a deposit.
Yeah, and it's turning out to be 3 times as much as what I initially thought it was going to cost.
I
And
didn't see them at the time, so I'm like,
dude, so now I'm like, okay, can I cancel one and only get the one, or are they going to make me like I'm not roped in? I either lose my deposit or go through with it, right? So I'm wondering if I can.
Oh, is it a non-refundable deposit?
I think
Yeah,
so.
So you do? So you have a $500 deposit on that thing?
Yep.
no, I only put down what was it, $100 each or something?
No, I put 500 total in on the deposit.
I pre-ordered two, and I didn't put that much down.
I did 3 of them.
Tony doesn't remember yesterday, so he may have put 500 down.
Mm.
Well,
I
it
promise
shows
you,
you
I
on
didn't.
it shows you on the email where you get the it's showing you the balance.
Yeah, I got 4 emails. I have to go through and figure out what's what, but yeah, all in all, yeah, it's coming up like I think it was just under $3,000 or whatever. But the guy said it's like multiple shipping boxes and so on and so forth. I'm like, yeah, that's great. So I was trying to think. I never did the HasLab Unicron. I never ordered that because I didn't know it was a thing at the time. And so you guys that did, Johnny, I know you have one or two. Um, when you ordered HasLab Unicron, I mean, you probably don't remember what was the shipping cost.
No, I didn't order it. I didn't pre-order it. I
Oh,
missed out on that because I at that time actually I couldn't afford it, but like I knew of it, and I was kicking myself. So I ended up having to get that second, basically on the secondary market.
see, I
Years
have not
years
pulled
down
the
the road,
trigger,
too.
huh?
Years down the road from its initial release. So
The best deal I could ever got was $800, and I don't know why I said I even hemmed and hawed over it. I didn't pull the trigger, and of course it's gone. And I've seen it for 1,000. I've seen it for 1,200 for Unicron, and again, I still don't own it, and it's a piece I really want to own. But the
I'm really
Metroplex is,
shocked you didn't even pull the trigger at 1,200. That's
dude.
surprisingly good for
I know,
the
I know.
sealed one. Was it
Yeah,
sealed?
sealed on marketplace with all the upgrades and all that crap.
Yeah, that's weird that you didn't
I
get him
just
on that one.
I don't know. And now I'm looking at the Metroplex, and I'm like, okay, if I'm 1,500 into this Metroplex, am I going to get 25 out of it? Part of me thinks, yeah, it's a 4-foot Metroplex. You know, we should be able to pull that kind of cheddar off of it. But at the same time, when does it get to be too big where somebody's like, I just have nowhere to put the damn thing? You know what I mean?
Because
That's
here's the thing that worries me about that. If you're buying it for the intention of reselling,
100%.
you're gonna be holding it for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I mean, because right now, like, look at 2024, 2025. I mean, things might get a little better for folks, but a lot of collectors are kind of tightening up. I've noticed over this past year. They're being a lot more selective on what they're keeping, what they're purchasing because of the dollar isn't really buying as much as it's used to. So you're looking at a $2,500 piece now.
But
Sure.
I think a lot of collectors, though, it's not that. I think they're starting because of the money issue, like Johnny was saying, but I think they're also using their money to go for things that is higher quality, right? Versus some of the lower stuff, which is why you see a lot of Transformers warming the shelves now. But whereas third party stuff or the bigger things might still sell because they're a higher quality item.
I
So
don't know. I've seen some third party stuff not move as quick as I seen in other years. In fact, to the point where I'm able to kind of scoop in and pick up some stuff on clearance, and I was like, oh, you know. So I mean, and it's one of those things where I kind of like I'm picking them up, and I'm like, all right, I'm buying and I'm holding because I know in a couple years, when things kind of do get better, some of these things people are going to circle back to, like, man, I missed out on that, a couple years ago, and that'll be the perfect time to sell at that stage.
Well,
Then you're taking the gamble that they don't re-release it themselves. That's,
No, the one thing I do have to say I do kind of like about third parties, they don't do that much. It's not,
yeah.
especially with third party Transformers. Usually once they do their run, that's kind of it. Every now and then you may see them do like a secondary run, but it'll still be different from that first run. Even the packaging's different. So
It's not like Hasbro where, like, I mean, crying out loud, Fort Max you couldn't touch. Now then they announce, oh, we're gonna re-release him. And then now it's like, oh, by the way, they're showing up at Ollie's and they're $75. And I'm like, holy crud, man. How did we go from
not
this
mine
elite,
always.
yeah, not mine yet either, but how did we go from this crazy ass expensive toy all the way down to, yeah, it's $75? I mean, if I saw 10 of those in an Ollie's, my
I mean,
brain would be like, buy all
how much
10.
is it in store? Like, how much is it at retail?
$199.
yeah,
Shit.
That's when it was in stock. It's like $450 on what do you call it? Between $380 and $450 on eBay if you want to go buy it. And then you're paying the fees and the shipping and all that garbage, so you're going to pay, $450 plus for it by the time it gets to your house. They're going to do the re-release, which, if I'm not mistaken, the re-release already sold out. The pre-order for the reissue, I want to say it's already sold out again. But then we saw that notification the other day that people are finding them at Ollie's. So I mean, it's hard to say, man. But I circle back to that Metroplex thing. It's like, yeah, he's 4 feet tall. It's a one-off toy. But I had also read they were talking about doing a Triptychon that would complement him. So you got a 4-foot Metroplex, you got a 4-foot Triptychon. I mean, again, at one point, is it too big for a collector? Where the heck does it go? Where do you put it?
here's the thing that honestly that Metroplex though, if you're a Legends collector, Legend scale collector, that Metroplex is perfect. That would complement your Legends scale figures really well.
When you say Legends, you mean Marvel Legends, or you mean is
No,
that like a Transformer
there's a
scale
scale.
too?
Yeah, there's a scale. It's a Legend scale. So you're
Yeah.
looking at about 4-inch figures.
Katie.
Man, I guess even the small ones deserve love.
Well, even the combiner. So if you had a Legacy Menasor next to him, he's going to scale, in my opinion, scale appropriately, or should be scaling appropriately for how big Metroplex should be. They can only draw him so big in the cartoon, but he was an Autobot City. They're supposed to be living on him, just like Triptychon. So these guys should only be so big compared to the toys. Or to the toys, I'm sorry, compared to, compared to like in the show. So when they brought him out to make him toys, they should only be so big compared to the other toy. So I think the 4 foot is right on. I don't know. I just got to make some really serious choices. And I think $3,000 for 2 Transformers is a lot of flipping money when I am trying to go the other route and not have the debt.
Right.
So throwing $3,000 back on the debt pile just doesn't seem like a smart idea unless I'm going to be able to flip that one for 2,500. And if they're taking the rest of the payment now, that means you're going to get it within a month. They're done. It's just like what is it, Hot Boys or Heat Boys or whatever.
Have you been seeing all the boxes and stuff? Like they're all 4 of those are boxed up and ready to go.
Well, so I'm saying, so you're gonna if you pay for it today, you're gonna see it at your house by the end of the month.
Well,
So
no.
What do you mean no?
I mean, the month ends next week.
Oh my god! All right, before the end of January.
Okay,
but it's just so that's the other thing that makes you say, okay, just bite the bullet. It's just in time for taxes to start hitting too. So if you've got that 4 foot Metroplex, and you take it to a show, a TFCon or something, and you're like, hey, I've got that 4 foot Medi. If you didn't get in on it, I've got it here. You've got 15 in it. I mean, even if you sold it for 2 and you pulled 5 beans out of it, that's still worth it. But I'm a little greedy, and I think 25 is the number because Homeboy was going for what, 25 plus when you couldn't touch him. He still kind of is, just people aren't spending the money for Unicron, right? He's still pulling 25 on eBay. I mean, cheapest I've ever seen is like 1,800, and then there's still the shipping.
I've seen it for cheaper, but it's one of those things. Is like I'm not going to pick up another Unicron and it's going to sit there forever.
No. I'm just you're talking in regards of buying something that's that that costs that much and hoping it's going to sell anytime soon.
I mean, the only other thing that I see is that we've discussed on previous episodes about like, collectors and not having the funds to purchase certain things, or how some things just aren't made for a certain level of collector. Like there's just some items that get made that are for a higher caliber of collector who has, different type of financial situation in their household. And this sounds like it's one of those. Like this isn't just what any everyday GI Joe, any everyday Transformer collector is going to be able to buy because of the price of it. It's going to be a very fine realm of people who would actually be willing to drop that kind of money on one.
And that's the thing that kind of worries me, because I'm like, I'm thinking about that as well, and I'm like, all right, so it's going to be a very narrow market.
Very.
And those people have probably already purchased it. They're already on that same boat as, you and, Tony and I are, as far as looking to pick that up. Like they're already
anybody who has that kind of money to spend on that is in the know, knows about their hobby, are in the different forums, boards, whatever. They're in the know, and they probably would have gone, unless they had something going on in their life that they just couldn't do it at the time. Some people do go through that.
Yeah.
And then, but
that's a really good point. So, I'm not thinking about it like that, unfortunately. So that's a good point on your end for you guys. The type of person, or the person who has a monetary disposable income, whatever you want to call it, has that money to be able to sit there and say, yeah, I'm going to buy that $1,500 toy. Or, in my case, the $2,500 after you bought it, you want to resell it, but they want to buy the $1,500 toy. Like you guys said, they probably already know about it. And they're not trying to pay the aftermarket price. So they said, screw it. I'm going to take the chance. I put my $500 down. It comes in. Now I owe $1,000. That's cool. I'm going to take it because it is what it is. And it's the piece I want to buy. So, that's a really good point, man. I mean, I do want one for me, and that's where I have to stop and say, okay,
Tony's contemplating life right now.
Yeah, do I want one $1,500 bad? Or do I just think it's really cool and I'm willing to be stupid for a second, look the other way, and spend the $1,500?
And here's the other thing I'm kind of doing right now is, I'm paying for the next figure to come, prototype for Grub Sport.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm like, all right, do I drop $1,500 on this, Metroplex, right? Or, do I put that towards this prototype that I got to get going on? Not to mention some other stuff I got, along with that's coming out soon. So I'm like, all right, damn it. It's just bad timing for that guy to.
Yeah, I was really hoping we had another month. I messaged a couple months, probably 6 months back, and I said, hey, do we get an ETA on this? And I didn't know if there was an option you could pay more, because I would have probably thrown $200 a week at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to get them burned down. So that way, by the time the thing comes out, it's paid for. But, they do that crap where it's like to be determined. Well, it's like, look, man, if you know the toy's $500, let me pay that $500. If you know the shipping's probably going to be another $6 or $7, why don't you let us pay up until a certain point, so that way when it does finally come out, it's not so much sticker shock. Because right now it's like, that's an investment, and I hope I'm going to get a return on. And like you said, I don't know how many months. I know tax time's coming. I know there's shows coming. But can you imagine if I had that thing set up like on the table?
That's impressive, yeah.
Yeah, like that thing was transformed at Jeff's show, sitting up on a table. Somebody walks in, they're like, "Holy crap!" But then I'm like, "Yeah, it's $2,500," and they're like, "Oh, well, it looks cool," and then they walk away.
Exactly.
I mean, it'll get people's attention.
Definitely. It's like those, the 3D printed droids from Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen at a couple shows here and there, and they're like what, between $500 to $700.
Yep.
They're life size, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, that looks pretty cool," and then they're like, "Bloop, walk off."
Right.
Yeah, and it's one of those things for $500 or $700. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that's worth it, man. That's a cool looking piece. And you finish it off yourself, whatever. I think Bits and Buttons down in South Florida has one or two of them in the showroom, but I'm like, that thing's really cool. I can see putting it in my house. I'm not a Star Wars guy, but it's cool. But yeah, so then like to take your brain and go, okay, somebody's passing on that for $700. What's the likelihood they're going to spend the $2,500 for that Metroplex on your table? I don't know.
I mean, you'd probably, for something like that, you'd have to go to like one of the much bigger shows. You'd probably be able to move it.
Yeah, you have to go to like a MegaCon or a TFCon. I bet at a TFCon you could move it.
It probably would definitely move.
Or San Diego Comic-Con.
I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
The big boy shows.
I would just think, some of those TFCons, man. Would I be the only person
at TFCon are going to have it?
I was going to say, would I be the only guy that has it, or somebody else have it there?
I imagine there'd be a few of them.
But then you got to find out: are you undercutting enough to be worth a sale? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you asking $2,500, is that a deal, or is the next guy like, look, I bought it for $15,000, I just want $2,000, take it home.
That's so rough. Glad I'm not in that boat. Fuck all that noise.
No, I'm in that boat, and my boat is sinking. So, all right. So Johnny stepped off for a minute. Kind of give us an idea what he's looking for this coming year. It's kind of cool. So, Weizie, go ahead, man.
All right. So, I've been trying to acquire the Queen Alien from NECA. They've released 3 different Queen Aliens.
Okay.
They've released the Alien or the Queen Alien from Aliens, the second movie. They've released the Red Queen Alien from the comic books. And then they also released the Brown Queen Alien from Alien Resurrection, from the 4th Alien movie.
Okay.
When that came out for pre-order, I didn't have the space. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to let it go. It eats at me all the time that I do not have that goddamn Brown Queen Alien.
So is this the one with the eggs that are behind it?
No, maybe.
Okay, sorry, this is like a display thing. I'm trying to look it up right now.
Okay, just put NECA Alien Resurrection Queen.
Go ahead, keep talking.
But yeah, so I've been looking for that for a while, and the prices are very up and down. So I think I'm going to take this year to be the year that I actually track it down and get it to complete my Aliens collection, because it's the only Alien figure I'm missing from NECA is that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do this year. That one, and I've also decided that within this year I'm going to not necessarily purchase, but I'm going to 3D print a 1967 Chevy Impala.
What?
For display.
Like a whole car?
We had the whole car, but in 1/10 scale. So NECA scale.
Dude, I'm sitting here and I'm like,
oh, we could do that?
like the whole thing? Like, I mean,
print an entire vehicle?
You're going to need a bigger printer? I'm not sure what you're
Just a bunch of small pieces I'm glue it together slowly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, in 1/10 scale, because it's the car from Supernatural.
Okay.
And I've been trying to finish up those 2 Supernatural customs from the brothers from the show. So I think to have the 2 brothers with the car would be a dope shelf. Just to have them and maybe throw a couple random monsters on there that I have that I don't really know where to put.
I never watched Supernatural.
You are missing out, my friend.
I mean, it's the brothers who are brothers, right?
I mean, they are brothers in the show.
Okay.
But yes, it's a good show. It's like if you take X-Files, but remember when X-Files was like Monster of the Week, the first few seasons?
It was like, yeah, like alien stuff. I didn't watch a lot of X-Files, but yeah, I know enough to know that.
Christ, Tony, what the hell?
I apologize, sir.
You ever watch Buffy? Wow, really?
Sorry, I was too busy watching Twilight.
Ugh.
I didn't get into any of that crap. I never watched Buffy, Angel, any of that, dude.
No. Angel, I didn't watch that either. Buffy. You didn't watch the Buffy from the 90s, the original movie?
Oh, yeah, the movie was one thing. I didn't watch the show.
Okay, no, I was just curious if you'd watched that. At least
yeah, I've seen the movie, yeah.
Damn. So, if you can remember kind of what you expect from X-Files, right? And have you seen Evolution?
Yes.
So you take like X-Files, Evolution, and Ghostbusters, you kind of wrangle them up. You start getting, Supernatural.
That is such a weird analogy. Like, take all these crappy shows and
Whoa! They ain't crappy.
put them
Ghostbusters
together, and
ain't
this is
crappy.
what you get.
Evolution ain't crappy. X-Files ain't crappy. Calm down, Mister. I like horror. No, you don't. So
I like horror. I don't like supernatural sci-fi stuffs.
super.
Very few things. I enjoy Alien. I like Critters, but that's like a horror too. But they were
It
aliens to begin
is.
with.
It's a horror.
Well, Critters were aliens though.
Doesn't mean it's not horror. Still a horror.
Are we getting into this again? Is this going to happen again?
Damn right. It's a fucking horror movie.
That's like saying Alien are all sci-fi movies or all horror movies.
They're not.
So we talked about that, right? So once the first one came out, the first one was definitely
Alien
horror.
was horror. 100%.
Yeah. Aliens
sci-fi.
started going sci-fi. Correct.
No going. It was full-fledged sci-fi. But yeah,
What about Predator?
the first Predator's horror.
I don't agree. One with Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
You're like, oh, so alien, so it's sci-fi. No. It's a thing in the woods that you can't see. Like if you're a haunted house, you can't see anything. The house is haunted, and you're running, and it's always there, killing you. That is a horror movie.
Yeah.
I'm right. Sorry.
I wish we were alive for that one. I wish somebody would chime in.
But yeah, so I need to get that. I want to print the car, and then I'm thinking that it's going to be this year. I'm going to figure out a proper display, at least, for my original Kenner firehouse from Ghostbusters.
I'd be excited to see that. I think that's cool, man. I think you have a lot of really nice pieces that you don't have out yet.
Yeah, no, most of my nice stuff's still boxed up because I don't know what to do with it properly.
So it's been kind of bothering me. It's really off subject and kind of silly, and I'm sorry, but do you have the NECA Turtle van? Is that what's behind you?
Yeah.
Is that okay? From here, it looks so darn small, and I know it's not that small. So I'm just curious.
Big ass shelf. That shelf is like 3 feet wide and like 18
Okay.
inches deep. Yeah, it's a big ass shelf.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Just from here looking, I'm like, man, that thing looks small. And I'm like, okay, never mind.
And it's in the back of the shelf. I got a bunch of figures in front of it, and it doesn't.
Yeah, I'd
help.
love to see you. Huh?
It doesn't help that the figures in front of it are the vintage turtles. So it's like all the small turtles.
So where are the NECAs to the left, right?
Yeah, NECAs are all. I'm trying to look at the camera over here.
Yeah.
NECA,
Okay.
The NECA's on the other side too, over here.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so with the van is a bunch of vintage. Then like the original 2008 NECA turtles are over there with it.
Of course, yeah.
Loyal subjects, like all the random one-off different turtle figures.
Okay.
Because then I have like a Super 7 Scratch and Ray Fillet in there. Yeah, it's all the randomness,
cool.
man. The randomness.
Nice.
Um,
So what else?
And I feel like I kind of want to. I saw them online. The life-size Mogwai. Did you see those?
I haven't seen the Mogwai, so I know that they made NECA had a couple years ago. I almost bought. They're like $200. I almost bought the Flasher Gremlin. And then there's the Gremlin, the Robber. They made life size of both of those.
Yeah, so these aren't by NECA. I believe they're by Trick or Treat Studios.
So the quality's probably better. I'm not being funny.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Because I feel like if I get like a Gizmo, I wouldn't get Gizmo. I'd probably get like a Stripe or one of the other Mogwai from the second movie. How they're all like really daffy, whatever. Because I think that they'd look good sitting next to the crate, right next to the critter.
Yeah. So, do you have a life-size critter? You do have a life-size critter, right?
He's right there in the corner. Boom.
Yeah. So right from here, you can't really tell. So, yeah, I think that'd be dope. I think Stripe would be cool. I like the one. I don't know all the names of the gremlins, but he's like the crazy gremlin.
Yeah, Daffy.
Yeah, his eyes like do like the crazy thing, and yeah, he's a great gremlin, dude.
You know the one I want? It's the one that transformed into the bat.
That was dope too.
The gargoyle.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that NECA never released that. They released the Bat Gremlin, but they never released him as a gargoyle.
So, like when they did Stripe as the spider, I wanted that. Like I really wanted that. I'm like, that was so creepy as a kid. It was hard to watch as a kid. It was a really cool character. And I'm thinking now, I'm like,
Spider.
Hell yeah.
you have it, right?
Yeah, he's up at the top in the middle.
So I'm thinking, can you imagine if they made a 1-to-1 scale and then you had the life-size Mogwai? I'd lose my shit.
That'd be amazing.
Oh my God. I'd lose my shit.
That was actually the first time I ever heard a Slayer song, was during that scene.
Really?
Yeah.
Random fact.
And I was like, I was so obsessed with that song for a hot minute. I was like, because back then you didn't have the internet and shit. So it's not like you can just figure out, where's this song? Like, what is this song? So I was obsessed with it because I just thought because it was during that scene, I believe, when they had the solo as he was transforming.
He's got the match arrow.
Oh, the paperclip bow and arrow.
Yes. That was such a great movie. It really was. I mean, the first one was a good movie. Don't get me wrong. I like the first one, but I think the second one had more entertainment value.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then they
did the same thing essentially when you look at it. Not the exact same thing, but the same general idea, like they do with Alien, right? So you had the first Gremlin that was darker, had comedy aspects to it, but it was more of a horror movie, right? Yeah. Around Christmas, but it was more of a horror movie.
Holiday horror movie.
But when you compare it to the second one is a comedy.
Yes.
It has
I think it's a sci-fi comedy.
It's a comedy.
Yeah, I'll call it a sci-fi comedy. I enjoy that the grandpa monster looking guy is going around interviewing, and then he's interviewing the freaking smart, I can't remember his name, the smart gremlin.
Brain.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, they all have like a particular name.
Yeah, right.
But he's sitting there like interviewing him, and he's like all prim and proper, and he's like, "Look at my friend over here," and that's when he gives the gargoyle the UV injection thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it was super cool. And then you have the one that like dresses like a chick. It was so weird.
Kind of looks like Nicki Minaj, but yeah,
she has like all vegetables all over her.
She drank that vial that had
the vegetable one.
Yeah, no.
The girl drank like a hormones.
Yeah, it was hormones.
Yeah, but so I think I'm gonna get a Mogwai. I want to get a Mogwai, and the only other thing that I'm thinking 2025 will be in store, and this will probably be the last on the list if I can get to it. I think I'm gonna finally add a vintage scratch to my collection.
That's a big purchase, man.
I mean, I just steal yours.
Ooh. So
side bonus for Weizie here. He's getting a clam dam. Van Clam.
Oh my God!
I got a bigger arsenal of stuff here. So,
you know what's funny, man? Scratch is one of those things. Like, I like the character. Am I excited I own one? Yes. And at the same time, like you get to the point where you're like, I'd be okay parting with it. Like,
cool.
But I wish I had the pieces though. I wish I had the accessories. I've messaged people. I've been on eBay. And it honestly gets a little like ridiculous. The accessory, I don't mind paying like about $500-600 for his accessories, but you got people like they want $1,000.
Like honestly, I feel like he's overpriced. Like it's over.
Oh, he's absolutely overpriced, 100%.
It's a hype.
Yeah.
It's a hype. It's absolute hype.
It's way overhyped. Because I feel like there are other turtle figures out there that I feel like are more rare and it should demand that price versus.
Well, you have Donnie. You have I think it's Giant Donnie. With Slam Dunkin' Donnie, the giant one with the ball. I want to say he's like well beyond that. Not Hotspot per se.
No, Hotspot's is in the same boat as Scratch.
Yeah. And then we have Hotspot. You have what the hell's a snake? I can't remember his name.
Scaletail.
You have Slam Dunk, whatever his name is, the giraffe.
Hot Shot.
There you go. Sorry, I apologize. And then you have all of the there's the variation turtles, really where the money is. You have like the fan clubs. You have all the undercover turtles, not like not the one Donatello, but like I have Raphael.
Right.
So you have Raph, the undercover turtle. You have Mikey, Leo, and Donnie. They're all a fucking fortune. And then all of the the storage shell, but with the black belt. So black belt storage shell turtles, they're all a fortune. It's all those little nuances and variances. Not even Slash, my ultimate hands down favorite character ever. Even the best variant of Slash mint on card is not as much as some of these variants of the four brothers.
So I don't remember how long it was within the past year. We were at the show in Tampa and Pixel Dan was there.
2 years ago. Yeah.
That wasn't 2 years ago, bro.
Dude, it was not this past year.
No, maybe the past year and a couple months. It was right before I moved up here. I've
I
only
can
been
tell
here
you,
just over a year.
so I can tell you that my booth, you didn't have a booth because my booth was all the way at the end. Actually, I lied. That might have been the year that you sold Jeff the
It is that
marshmallow
year.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was my third show with Jeff, so it's within the past year and a half, if that. A year and a couple months.
Okay.
Pixel Dan was at the
That's
show.
4 years. Gotcha. Go ahead.
Pixel Dan was at the show, and I was talking to him about that. I don't remember if you were there while I was talking to him about it, but how the price of Scratch is just unfounded. Like there's no reason for it. It's a fake price. And he agreed. And we were discussing for about 15, 20 minutes. And now the other day I saw that Pixel Dan put up a video about that, about the rarity of Scratch and how it's not as rare at all.
I think I saw that. I was he hunting, and that's why he brought it up.
No, it was a video just about it.
Okay, so yeah, it's a.
But yeah, it may have been one while he was hunting because he was talking about something else. There was like three other things in the shelf with Scratch that were rarer than Scratch.
Yes,
turtles.
Yes, it was like a troll toy and something else.
Right, yeah. He went on about it. And he's absolutely right. Scratch is not rare.
He's not as rare as people make out. Look, he's not common, but he is definitely not. It's a hype, and he's definitely not the hype that people bring him up to. So,
because if you could go on eBay and type in what you're looking for, and you could pop up with dozens of listings, it's not rare.
Right.
It's just not.
Yeah. I've got pieces in my regular collection of toys that aren't turtles that are more rare, but they don't fetch the same coin because it's not it's a popularity thing. Scratch is worth more popularity wise than some of the toys I own.
Yeah, but Scratch, he's only that because of that TV show, that Collectors Hunter, whatever, Toy Hunter, that came out like 15 years ago. That guy Jordan, I don't remember his full name, Jordan something, but it was like a pawn. You know those guys that go around American Pickers?
Yeah.
It was like that, but for toys. And he got like celebrity clientele and everything, and he found Scratch, and after that, it went fucking through the roof of the Scratch prices because of that show.
You know what's funny? I was watching on YouTube last weekend. This whole like set of like Robotech, like vintage Robotech carded figures came in. And
Toy Federation.
Yeah. And it's crazy though, like they weren't fetching the pricing that the guy was really hoping for, but it's weird because they're vintage, they're carded, they're in great shape. Yep. But it's just not as popular as, say, for example, like, you know, like a Scratch figure for some reason. Like if you find one carded, a Scratch figure carded, you know, it's insane what people are going to, you know, try to sell it for, you know.
Yeah, but Scratch's popularity, even then, is a fake popularity. Yeah. Because it's all based on...
It's all hyped.
It's all based on false facts. Because, a show said this, people think... Like, that's what Pixel Dan's thing was, that... people say it's one of the last waves of figures. Like, he came out like 95. The line ended in 99 or some shit. Like, it wasn't a last wave. It wasn't anything that people try and say it is to try and get that price. It was one of the last waves where they had, like, the weird one-off characters. One of the
They were out of ideas at that point. Ideas were gone.
Right. But it's like, it wasn't a last wave of turtles. Like, people just have all these random rumors and facts that are all incorrect about it to try and hype that price up when it's not.
So my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, man, because this would be big. We're on video right now, so that's cool. My understanding was before, I'm not being funny, before he became a carded figure, Scratch was a mail away.
I've never heard that. Okay. I don't know anything about that.
So that is my understanding from a very dear friend who has passed away, God rest him, many, many years ago, Mr. Jim, who used to own Fantastic Toys. And Jim and I would go to his shop all the time. We would talk toys. And Jim was very, very, very well versed in mail-aways and stuff like that. And I remember him telling me that originally Scratch was a mail-away figure that never came to fruition, and that he only became expensive because, again, he got hyped out because he came out as a figure and everybody said it was rare production, and that's why Scratch became a thing. So even back then, well before all these little things came out that you're talking about 15 years ago, Scratch was thought to be a rare figure because I was going to Jim's shop before I wasn't even in high school yet. I was in like 8th grade.
Before that show and all that happened, before it blew up, he was in package. Scratch was like $150 in package, right? Because it was a rarer figure still, right? Still, it was at the time. But then the show went, and then once, the show happened, everybody's like, oh, it's worth that much? Oh, it's that rare? Then the fucking price just skyrocketed. It's just gone up since.
Yeah.
As far as the mail away, that's news to me. I have never heard that.
So
I'm wondering if that could be like his, like, no offense to your friend,
no, it's fine,
especially because he passed away. But I wonder if that's like one of those misunderstandings, like the same thing like Wonder Bread He-Man, where everybody said that was a mail away figure when it really wasn't.
It's very possible, right? And he had actually, what is it? He actually had nothing to do with Wonder Bread. It was just the sheets or some shit. I can't remember what it was. But
yeah, I don't remember the exact reason, but it wound up being it wasn't really a mail away from Wonder Bread. So it's like, but it's just that's become its name, and that's where the rumor was.
As opposed to the Chef Boyardee Shredder, which was a mail away for Chef Boyardee with Shredder.
Right.
So, but yeah, I'll have to, you know what, I really, labeling myself shellhead, should probably do more research and look into that whole Scratch thing. And maybe that's another time we talk about it or get somebody on who actually knows more than I do to try to like get to the bottom of that whole thing. Because again,
maybe we could
Jimmy
Pixel Dan, he could tell us.
I'd love to have him on if he's come on board.
I've been trying.
Give him a little pat on the head,
All right, so Tony, what do you plan on getting next year?
So to Johnny's point, we are so much on the same wavelength. It's kind of messing with me a little. So I'll throw out the first thing though. I want the Masamiro. Sorry, my kid sneezed. I thought it was a rhino. So I want the Masamiro Jetfire. There he is in the background.
What up, buddy?
Hey, what shirt does he got on?
Come here, buddy. Let's do a cameo. Look at you. You got Cuphead on. Stand right there. So he's got Miss Chalice from Cuphead, and it's Ghostbusters theme. This kid has beat Cuphead regular, and then what? You beat it on the hard level too, right?
On that's one, not yet, not on everyone,
But you're missing like 1 or 2 people?
More than that.
Oh, well, he gets S ratings on everything. If you guys know Cuphead, you know how hard the game is? This kid slays it.
Never played it. I just saw a shirt, and I knew it was a Ghostbuster-related shirt. That's I was like, oh, shit.
No, he's doing good. All right, so the Masamiro Jetfire. If you don't know what that is the Macross Jetfire. So when you look at Jetfire's wings, he's got a little Robotech symbol on each corner of his wings, and the way they place the sticker on his nose cone. Just a very cool piece. I'd love to own one in the box. Good luck to you. They're not cheap, but it is something that I would like to bring to my collection this year because I've gone very Jetfire heavy, and I want to be able to like taper off of that and stop with the Jetfire. It's just I've got what I've got. Stop there and move on. This Metroplex thing is not helping. I want a TMNT layer mint in the box. Joey has one, but Joey wants like 3,500 beans for it. Is it worth it? Yeah, probably. It's in an acrylic. It's graded. It's beautiful quality. I don't know if I need that. I'm okay with just having one mint in the box. It does not have to be in the acrylic and graded. So I'd be happy to pay $1,000 just to have one mint and sealed box. But then again, we did get the reissue of the Technodrome. I know it's not to scale, but I'm excited for the box art and whatever else I have. Give me 1 second. Yes, Damien?
Can I just have a taco?
I don't care. So...
Did he ask if you have a taco?
Yes. Yes.
Why do you have tacos in the pantry?
All right, so this podcast just went really south. So it's a taco kit. He's trying to eat the taco shell out of. Why is this happening right now? This is about to be a short,
What's he gonna put in the taco shell?
bro. Please go do something.
Dude, I'd die if he puts like bologna and cheese in the fucking.
This kid, I swear to God, he's gonna come out and be like cookies or something.
In
I
my
don't
taco
know.
shell.
So I'm glad I got the 40th anniversary Technodrome box because it's very, very true to the original box art, and that's really what I care about. I own an original Technodrome, 100% complete. My Technodrome is super, super minty. Rich, I wish I could give you a shout out, man. You're not on any kind of social media, but you do a lot of Jeff's shows, and that thing was mint. It was a great deal. I'm happy to have it. I would like to have the sewer layer art. So if Playmates is supposed to do it this year, if they get it out before I buy an OG one, I'll buy the reprint. I just want the art. I want the art of that box. That's all.
Because you don't open them, so
right. So for me, it doesn't matter. I just want that box art. I respect that, and that's what I want. And then I do want a G1 Megatron mint in the box. I've seen too many. I don't have a. Well, I have repops, knockoffs of the Optimus, and quite frankly, that's enough for me. They don't make that I've seen a G1 Megatron knockoff. They just don't have it. You can buy. There was one I think that got released in like 2003. For that price, I'd rather spend $300-400 more and buy the original G1 mint in a box, even if it's like a Takara one. Like there's different ones, there's the ones that got released in the US, there's ones you got overseas from Takara. I don't care. I just want the Megatron in the box sealed to say I own it. And then Castle of Lions from Voltron. I owned one open, super minty. It was complete. It was a great toy. I really loved it. I would love to have the box. It is not impossible, but it is very, very, very hard to find a Castle of Lions box that's not destroyed. And so I'd love to have one. Yeah, it's going to cost. It's not going to be cheap. It's going to cost something, but I'd love to have one. And then, of course, last but not least, as Johnny said, I am such a big Robotech fan. And after watching the Toy Federation episode where Ryan buys this beautiful, it is honest to God, a beautiful collection of Robotech to have every single figure, minus Lisa Hayes. I did not see her. Maybe they didn't show it, but I didn't see Lisa Hayes. But they had all the other figures mint on card in plastic Zolo cases, I guess you could say, and two vehicles. I didn't care about the vehicles, but they had everything else mint in the box. And I'm like, man, I'd love to have them. And the prices, why are you making that face?
nothing. There's nothing going on behind you.
It's totally Damien. The prices are so reasonable that most of the figures range between $15 and $35. The only ones that are up there are Rick Hunter, Min May, of course, because they're key characters, right? So Rick, Min May, and then if he had a Lisa Hayes, she's probably about the same price. Yes, Damien. What's up, shellheads? This is Lightning McD. What are you doing, dude?
I don't know.
He's getting more tacos.
Okay, can you let us finish?
That taco was disgusting. I hated it. It tastes like poop.
It's expired from like 2 years ago.
Why do you still have it?
What do you have a third taco, man? What the?
There's so many things. This kid has cupcakes. And why is this on the cast? This kid has cupcakes, snacks. I baked them cookies yesterday. What?
Have this.
That's for the cats.
But it was good.
Holy crap.
Now he's just trying to piss you off.
A little bit.
Look it.
Go do things.
It's
Throw it in the
disgusting.
trash. All right,
It
go away.
looks good.
So I'm hoping that those I really don't know what this next year is going to hand to me, and I hope it's positive, and I don't want to dwell on it or talk about it or whatever because there's a lot of complications coming up. But assuming things work out the way they want them to, at the bare minimum, if nothing else happened for me this year, let me go ahead and maybe find the Jetfire, maybe. But at the very least, I'm probably going to bite the bullet and do the Robotech figures because that's pretty easy to stomach. You're talking like $300 in figures, maybe 400, and I'm cool with that. Just to add them to my collection of Robotech that is very slowly getting I've got key pieces already. I spent the money. So like now it's like I can buy the cheaper items with the exception of the Matchbox. It wasn't Harmony Gold, it was Matchbox. The Valkyrie uh, doesn't transform, but it's just a Valkyrie comes with a giant Rick Hunter figure. So hopefully I can get a hold of that. And I did not know that. I know Matchbox made them. I did not know that Harmony Gold shared the licensing with Matchbox to make the 3 3/4 figures. I had no idea that was a thing.
No idea.
But it's crazy because then Exo Squad wasn't Exo Squad Playmates.
Fuck if I know.
Johnny, no.
I have no idea.
That wasn't my realm. That
Speaking
wasn't
of
my.
which, did you ever pick up those member marks, Exo Squads, wannabes, like those?
No.
Oh,
Slacker.
I'm looking for the Little People of Voltron. I found that on eBay for $60.
I can't believe you.
I can believe him. I absolutely believe him.
Chris is like, no, I 100%.
I've been to Tony's house. I believe him.
Everything's a nightmare. But yeah, man, I don't know. I there's so many cool pieces I'd love to have, but like if I have to narrow it down, it's like, look, man, 2025, you're trying to make some things happen. You're trying to like keep things in order. What are you really hunting for? I want to do the Robotech. I really do. I've been getting real deep into that. I love my turtles, and they are always my number one love. And I could see myself just doing turtles and Robotech this year, and Transformers can do their thing. I can always buy those other things. Go ahead.
The missing link ones, though. What about those?
So I heard there's a missing link
There's a big
Jetfire coming.
Oh my god! If there is, I'm all over that.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. So it's, I mean, I love this God Flame one, which I've only got 4 on fucking pre-order because Johnny seems to get his in, but mine don't come in. I've got 4 of those on pre-order, and I love that they stay true to the box art. But I saw the other day that Missing Link is going to be making, I don't know if it's true, I don't know if it's just rumored, but it's going to be making a Jetfire. So it's like, damn, dude, we've had Missing Link Optimus. There is a Missing Link Megatron, right? But they're doing a tank? Or is that Studio 86?
Studio 86 is going to be a tank Megatron.
Yeah,
there hasn't been anything announced about a Missing Link Megatron. My God, no, that'd be great. Now, there is a third-party Missing Link Grimlock. That's I'm pretty excited about. So hopefully, if that does well, maybe they'll make a Missing Link Megatron.
Just go get Grimlock as Godzilla. Just buy that.
Oh,
no.
That's a whole other podcast we don't want to get into.
I'm just gonna wait for that to hit clearance because it's gonna.
Oh yeah.
That'll be it.
Picking that up at Ollie's.
And I will buy one that goes on clearance, but I refuse to buy one for what they're selling it for. I'm like, first of all, you're desecrating Godzilla.
Speaking of which, I got this at Ross on clearance, man. This was
Rosscon.
Yeah. I was excited about that.
My niece, who's 18 years old, I love her. That kid could be my kid because she's got a mouth on her. God bless her, dude. She talks some shit. She bought me the Transformers movie Skywarp.
Nice.
For Christmas. And then she got me a kids, not Harmony Gold, but the kids gold books. Like they're like, they're like 20 pages. She got me Turtles, and it's the Funko Turtles, and I didn't want to ruin the spine on the book. So I opened it just enough to see the characters inside. And I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
Here, if you want, what you could do, if you want to read the story, just type in the name. You buy 2, or go to Google, type in like the exact name of the book, and then just put like PDF after it, and you'll find like free PDFs of it.
Well, Lexi,
it might be above your reading level, though.
Well, I mean, Lexi, Uncle Tony loves you. Thank you for buying me that book. It was really cool. So yeah,
nice.
What else?
I mean.
Well, speaking of cool stuff for Christmas, it's really weird because I've been on eBay kind of looking for a Ambush Predator to pick up. Just kind of replace the one I had as a kid.
Red Bush Predator.
Ambush Predator.
It's the clear Predator. It was a mail away.
Yeah. But what's really funny is and again, I didn't mention this to anyone. It was just something I was just casually looking for online, but I ended up getting one for Christmas from my brother.
Oh, Gus got it for you?
Yeah. So I'm like, how the fuck did he know?
Yes, we love you, man. You support us. You always come on. And then your girl likes to heckle us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yep,
Mine's
that
kind of
guy.
yellow, but he's a little piss yellow now.
Yep.
But then NECA did their own version of it too.
I seen those. Those look really nice. But if I were to get one, I want to get one loose. I wouldn't want one in package because, I'd take it out. If I got one in package, I'd just take it out of package anyway. So,
Well, of course.
so then why am I going to pay for that? That inbox price for it? I'm like,
Is your Ambush Predator clear still, or is he piss yellow also?
he's actually pretty nice. He's some yellowing, but it's pretty nice, and it came complete. It has the box and everything, and all the little
He
accessories.
came in a box. I thought he just came in a plastic bag.
No, they came in a white mail away box.
Okay, yeah. When you say box, I'm thinking like actual card bag,
No,
like
no,
actual package. Like, that's just a.
So let me ask you guys something. So Kenner was the first run of Aliens toys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so all those blisters, why isn't that worth anything?
That's a great question.
Not
I
as
want a
rare.
bunch of them. I'd love to get more. I would love, maybe I'll try and do that this year too. When I go to shows, to track down the actual sealed Kenner aliens. I've got a few of them already, but
I equate it to Spawn. So like I love Spawn, and I love the figures McFarlane made. But I will tell you that, and even Jimmy, God rest him, when he had the shop, Jimmy had everything. He had like the variants, right? So you had the gold ones, you had the regular ones, you had all of these Spawn figures, comics hanging on the wall, and they never sold, man. They were like pennies on the dollar.
right.
I never understood that.
Yeah, I mean, aliens. I don't know if it goes through waves, because if you go to some shows, they'll be cheap, but other shows they'll be kind of on the pricier side for them, not like compared to turtle card figures, but on the pricier side of an alien carded figure. But yeah, they're nothing crazy. But I also wonder if that means that they're just waiting for their time to come before something happens and it does go crazy. Like, it might be, or it might hurt the situation that the movies that have come out haven't been great.
Yeah.
Right? But if you had a movie come out that was like fucking box office smash, really relit the franchises, I bet then you'll probably start seeing them fly.
I think so. I kind of think it's like Turtles, right? Like you have to be a fan already, and when it rekindles your love for the franchise, when something good comes out, you might go back and be like, "Oh man, you know what? I miss XYZ as a kid." All of a sudden, somebody's going out and buying all of the carded alien figures, and there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of variants.
Yeah, KB had a lot of their own color variants. Then you had the other ones that were at Toys R Us. I think even Target had like a couple of their own color variants back in the day. Maybe it was Walmart. There are a lot of color variants.
Yeah, I never
really
saw it with
just like a
Predator.
shade. Like it's green. It's just a little bit of a different shade of green. Like, oh shit.
Johnny, you look like you're looking something up, man.
No. I was just looking at my the one I picked up a couple weeks ago. Another thing with him is, man, I don't know. I still can't find any good examples where the clear plastic, that the clamshell for them, they all yellow.
A lot of them do. I've got a
Yeah.
couple that are clear, but majority yellowed. And some of them are even like the plastic itself is just cracking.
Yeah, it's really weird. But I mean, here's the thing. Honestly, when you think about that toy line when they came out, when back in the day, it wasn't from a collector's standpoint. They were meant to be as legit kids
Toys.
Right.
You were meant to open them and play with them. So, the thing that kind of sucks is if you were to take one of these now and open them and take them out of that package, they would have that tacky feeling because there's no oxygen in there. Those toys, that plastic was meant to breathe. It wasn't meant
Or disintegrate in your hand.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to sit inside of that clamshell for, 20, 30 years down the road.
Sure.
Yeah, then you get add in the fact that if you have UV rays and shit, doesn't help the situation. Goddamn
Hey,
sun.
so we're not doing this, but we're gonna do this. I want to do a little show and tell and show you guys what I got. So hang on, I'm gonna have Damien get it for me.
The wife just threw this at me because she went out shopping today. The wife threw this at me.
Nice.
So ornament. It'll go on the Halloween tree next year.
Nice. Very nice.
Damien, go grab that. Chop chop. If you do it, you'll get a taco. And then Tony mutes his mic. Yeah, I didn't get anything.
Oh, the Lucky Cat, Voltron.
Have you seen this?
There you are. You're back.
The Lucky Cat, Voltron.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Probably own one.
No.
Yeah.
I wanted to pick one up, but
So I was pleasantly surprised by how cool it looks. In my head, I'm like, why did they not make this like 24 inches tall?
honestly, I wanted one of those for my desk at work. 'Cause it's a perfect scale. It's like a legend scale Voltron.
I'm just amazed that we just watched Tony open a package.
Well, the box
Right.
isn't sealed.
Is that the one you got from Facebook?
Yeah, the guy who bought them or had them or whatever.
Yeah.
Look at this thing, man. Like, oh god, it's so hot. Yeah, it's hot. I mean, how freaking cool is
Man,
that?
that looks like Voltron. Is it diecast?
It's metal. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that. That's dope. Got a nice little
Yeah.
heft to it.
Very, very cool piece, man. Yeah, I have nowhere to put it though to open it. So
I tried to.
back to the connection. Oh my
I
god.
tried to turn on the coffee thing that can make coffee or whatever.
Uh huh.
Do you not want me to tell you?
Can you go grab your sister?
Okay, bet.
How much can you edit, dude?
None of
Putting
that.
it all in.
Shellheads, I'm a dad. This is my life.
Dad by choice.
Sure, by choice.
Should have had a better pull-out game.
If they'd have changed those laws, I wouldn't be a dad right now. Oh my god. No, I love them. I wouldn't trade for anything, but holy crud, man. Being a dad,
But
it's
yeah,
like talking to drunk people all the time.
oh, you've got the other one behind you now too.
Oh my god.
Damn!
What? He needs you.
Oh my Jesus Christ! No.
Sorry, shellheads.
But yeah, I didn't like for Christmas. I didn't get anything
Go
collection
away,
wise.
seriously.
So the wife and most of my family don't really buy into that stuff. They're like, we're just gonna buy the wrong thing. Just buy what you want. So that's
That's how my mom was. She goes, I don't want to buy something I already have. So she bought me security cameras, which I've been wanting for the house to have like one on the outside and I want one on the inside. So if the kids are ever here and I'm not here, I can talk to them, I can see them, whatever.
right.
And it's all through my phone. And then
Don't you dare open that!
exactly.
You hear those shellheads?
Well, my mom's
having a strike. He doesn't have security cameras yet.
my mom's always like, Anthony, what are you getting this week? And I'm like, Mom, I got packages coming. All right, I'll check every day. So she comes every day to the house because she's like 8 minutes away. She got nothing else to do. So she shows up and she's like, you got 4 packages and this and that. So she keeps sending me pictures. I'm like, Mom, you don't have to send me pictures. Just tell me you got my packages. So I got so tired of it. Finally, one day I came home. She was at my house. I took a picture of her wheel and I sent it to her. And I get in the house and I'm like, I'm like, hey, Mom, did you get my picture? And she goes, that's my wheel. I said, yeah. She goes, well, what's wrong with my wheel? I said, I don't know. What's wrong with it? She goes, well, what's wrong with it, Anthony? You sent me a picture. I said, there's nothing wrong. I just wanted you to know you had a wheel. It was so stupid, but she's like, "Oh, you think you're funny?" I'm like, "I think I'm hilarious." You always send me pictures of everything. Doesn't matter what it is. She could have been like, "Hey, I grabbed your mail. Here's my mail." She takes a picture because she's got nothing else going on. God bless her. I love my mom, but she for creepers, man.
She
Anyway,
cares. It's so sweet.
yeah, she cares. It drives me insane. But
That's what parents do.
so anyway, hopefully,
Says that as his kids are driving him insane.
dude, Shellhead and his little shellheads.
Your
But
mom back then.
so anyway, so next time we do this, man, we've had a lot of success with going live. We've had Gus's girlfriend. I apologize, can't remember her name. We had Steve.
Nicole, right?
What's up?
Is her name Nicole?
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah, Nicole. We've had Steve, not Steven, but we've had Steve, who bought our Predaking. We've had Steven, who is our resident Green Ranger guy. And we've also had, is it John Price from down south?
Yeah. Yep.
We've had John Price on. So I like the live. We keep getting engagement. We love you guys for being on and talking to us and giving us something to talk about. We have our own agendas, but it's a lot of fun to talk to you as well. So I look forward to, and I know the rest of, the other guys look forward to doing that as well. We want to get you engaged. We want to have more fun with the live stream. The recorded is fine too, but live is live. You guys are doing nothing. We're doing nothing. Let's get on and BS together. So guys, we're getting back together. What? We going back to regular routine next Tuesday?
New Year's Eve?
Yeah, why not? I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
I'll let you know.
All right.
Because still the wife's family's here, so I don't know if we're gonna be doing anything New Year's Eve with the family.
All right. If not, how about Monday the 30th? We'll talk about it.
Yeah. We'll just go. Yeah, but we'll do one of those.
All right, cool. Either way, guys, Shellheads will be back. We'll be live. So we are at the point of the cast where we're going to do our shameless plugs, do our thing, get off here, and you guys have a great night. We'll love you. But Johnny, go ahead, man.
That's right. J5toys.com. Free shipping. You guys know it already. Also, click on our link tree. You're going to see there we have a fourth wall for Grub Sport. Selling the merch. We're trying to get this toy line launched, so every purchase really helps. It goes a long way. So please pick up a coloring book or t-shirt, sticker pack. Anything helps. Also, we got that going on there. I think that's it for me.
All right,
Man.
Weizie.
So as I've said before, the podcast is coming. Just getting this one solidified. But for those who do want to see pictures, and I'm gonna start posting more updates and everything, you could follow me on Instagram at Collectors Hideout, X or Twitter, Collectors Hideout, Facebook page, Collectors Hideout. It's all there. It's all Collectors Hideout. Just find them, follow them, and then once I reach a certain level, apparently, of followers, I'll be able to do our own lives through there also, so people can also watch our lives through my stuff and help spread across the world more, because that's what we gotta do. Like herpes, we gotta spread.
Team, we need 100 people.
We gotta
support Collectors Hideout.
We can
Good,
do
John.
it live through my YouTube and the other socials on there as well. So
Yep. Yeah, I think I'm at like 78, 79 on that. So you just get it to a solid hundo, we'll be all right.
We need some love, man. Collectors Hideout, guys, gals, peoples. You're watching these shorts, man. These shorts are taking off like fire. You're not watching the podcast as much, but the shorts have been great. Weizie, again, thank you for doing that. But team, Shellhead Toys, J5 Toys, Collectors Hideout, please, please, please go on there. At least give it a view. If you don't want to subscribe, that's cool. We want you to, but if you don't, you don't. It's cool. But if you go on there and do a view, that helps Weizie, gets him to 100. We can get ourselves out there other ways. Watch our short films. They've actually been funny. I've actually myself enjoyed the short films versus the whole podcast. But either way, we've got some cool stuff and some just fun shit to watch. But of course, saw me with my kids tonight. It's crazy. Holy crap, these kids! It's insane. But Shellheads, the fourth wall. Weizie puts everything in the links. I'm not going to bore you and show it to you, but I will say thank you very much for coming out. Again, Drinks and Toys, salute to all you. We love and hope all you guys had a great Christmas. We will talk to you guys next week. Make sure you have a safe and happy New Year if we don't talk to you before then. And as always,
No kicks.